What's going on, guys? It's Keto, and we're gonna do episode 4 of reworking, fixing Naruto-Arena's worst characters. This episode is gonna be Mangekyo Sasuke S, and we all know that this guy needs some goddamn help. Frickin' Mangekyo Sasuke. I don't know what to say about him besides he's in trouble. He's got an old kit, and we need to save him. So let's save our boy. So, what's wrong with him? Well, obviously, with me, I'm going to point out that he has no skill flow. And by no skill flow, I mean zero. Like, he has nothing that connects with anything at all. At all. And that's a problem, because that is not interesting, fun, or intuitive. And we should be making interesting, fun, and intuitive characters. And we should be able to play with interesting, fun, and intuitive characters. Who wants to play with characters who are bland, boring, and the same as every other one? No one. No one wants to play a game with characters like that. Okay. He also has little offensive capability. So he has his 25 piercing damage stun, and that's it. He can't do anything else. He just has to sit there and wait for someone to maybe attack him. It's all on your opponent too. Like, your opponent is the one who chooses to engage with Sasuke, and the way I have it set up is Sasuke is going to be the one who can either choose to engage or trick somebody into engaging with him, something that he currently can't do now. And this design also is going to heavily take from the Naruto-Arena version. So while I say it has a lot of potential, it squanders all of it. But this is basically, if we took the Naruto-Arena version and made it what it should be, is what this design is. And I think you guys are really going to like it. And I also thought a big issue with the Naruto-Arena version is it showcases so little of Sasuke's awesome moveset when he's using Susanoo. Like, he's got his arrow, he's got Amaterasu, he's got all of these interesting skills, and they used 4. And he's got probably like 25. He also has no identity, obviously. That's always a big issue with these characters, and something that I try to fix. Try to give them something unique about them that, you could think of them and go, oh, this character does this, and no other character can do that. That's how I try to design my characters. So every character is distinct, and every character has something that no other character has, or does something in a way that no other character can do. You see what I mean? Or feels a certain type of way that is unique to them. That's the type of characters I like to make. That's the type of characters I design. And, just in general, it needs to be cooler, man. Sasuke's cool. He's too cool for school. And this Naruto-Arena version is not cool. It's bland. It's like the kid at lunch that nobody wants to sit with. It's like, dude, go home. Nobody wants you here, bro. But by the way, bullying's not cool, so don't do it. That was just a metaphor. Let's go to skill 1. Dark Genjutsu. You're probably going to recognize this from NA. It's the same skill, except slightly different. So here's the changes I made. So it deals 20 piercing damage instead of 25. Fully stuns them. It still will fully stun them. And for 1 turn, obviously. And then this is the big change. During this time, affliction damage deals 5 bonus damage to the target. So it's going to boost affliction skills. So the trade-off is it deals a little bit less damage, which is fair because of the affliction boosting effect. And you're going to see later how this connects with his skills. I mean, even if it was just regular NA Sasuke and we had this version of the skill in game, that would actually flow with his Susanoo flame control skill. But unfortunately, they can't even get that right. But I won't blame them. It's not NA.net who got this character wrong. It was a reach around, so it's a reach around's fault. We're not blaming NA.net for this, so don't worry. We're not doing that. if any of you guys at staff are watching. I'm not picking apart your characters right now. These are just, well, a reach arounds, and pretty much all of his characters need help. Susanoo Unleashed. So it's got the same feeling to it, but it activates in a different way. So let me show you. The next time Sasuke uses Dark Genjutsu or Amaterasu, he will gain 40 points of destructible defense for 1 turn. So you only gain the DD for 1 turn, and then it leaves you, but okay. 40 is a lot. So you gain 40 points of destructible defense for 1 turn, and this skill will be replaced by Susanoo Squish if you use Dark Genjutsu, or Susanoo Arrow if you used Amaterasu during this time. So this is really cool because depending on the skill you use, changes which alternate you get, and the alternates, depending on the skill you use, will combo with the skill that you use too. So as you can tell, all of these things flow together. All of these things work as a cohesive unit. That's what we want from this character. Okay, so this skill is invisible until it's activated, and you can't use it while it's activated, so you can't stack it. But that's okay. You're just supposed to use this, and the next time you use one of your offensive skills, it activates automatically. It doesn't replace your offensive skill, it replaces this skill. And you get a very powerful Susanoo alternate. And the Susanoo alternates are basically like skills that would be OP if it didn't have this prep. But since it has this prep, they're not OP. They're worth it. But they're really strong. So, and I think more than anything, this feels like something that Mangekyo Sasuke should have. You know, he's got a much stronger 40 points of destructible defense here. And not only that, but it gives him 2 Susanoo skills. You know, 2 skills using his Susanoo, and that's something we haven't seen with Naruto arenas, and that's something that I really wanted to see. I just was so upset when I saw that the character had no alternate skills. He had Susanoo, but he had nothing to do with Susanoo. It's just a defense skill. That's bullshit. So we're giving him 2 Susanoo offense skills. And that's the biggest changes I think I'm making to this character. The rest of everything is sort of the same, but the alternates are definitely a much welcome addition, in my opinion. So let's move forward to skill Amaterasu. So this is a completely new skill, actually. It deals 10 affliction damage to 1 enemy every turn for 3 turns. Okay? If the target uses a new helpful skill on one of their allies while affected by this skill, Amaterasu will be cast on their target once. So basically what this does is you put it on somebody, it deals 10 affliction damage for 3 turns, and while it's affecting them, if they use a new helpful skill on one of their teammates, it spreads to their teammate. So they get a stack of it too. But the catch is, this skill does not stack, and it may not be used on an effective target. Okay, well, that's kind of shitty, right? Why doesn't it stack? Well, it does stack. But you gotta use skill 4. And what I mean by that is, let me read skill 4. It's a unique invuln. It's not a regular invuln. For 1 turn, Sasuke gains 10 points of damage reduction, and any enemy who uses a new skill on him will take 5 affliction damage every turn for the rest of the game. So this is just like his Enton Amaterasu in NA, you know, the skill that costs 1 nin, except it lasts 1 turn, it has a cooldown of 2, it costs a random, it replaces his invuln, so it's a special invuln that does this. You get the same effect, except it's invisible, and the best thing about it is, Amaterasu may be stacked on any enemy affected by this skill. This effect stacks and is invisible. So if somebody gets hit by this and has a stack of this, all of a sudden your Amaterasu can stack on them. So you can spam it, or their allies can keep placing stacks on them if they keep using helpful stacks on them. And that combo is insane, especially when you think about it if, well, you've got Dark Genjutsu. What does that do? That improves affliction damage. And if you have all these affliction stacks on them, the amount of combo you can do is fucking crazy. And do you see how much this character's skills flow together? Everything works. Everything connects. Beautiful. So let's go to the Susanoo alternates. You know, and the trade-off for something like this is obviously he doesn't have a regular invuln skill, but I don't think he needs one. First Susanoo alternate. This is if you use Dark Genjutsu while Susanoo Unleashed is active. So for 1 random, it's a pretty cheap cost, keep that in mind. 1 enemy is made unable to reduce damage or become invulnerable for 1 turn and takes 20 damage. So 20 damage for 1 random, can't reduce damage or become invulnerable. And you know how Dark Genjutsu stuns? Well, this is the combo. If the target is currently stunned, they have their non-strategic skills stunned for 1 turn. So if they're stunned, they get another stun for another turn. And that doesn't only just combo with Dark Genjutsu, mind you. This combos with all of the stuns in the game. So you can just combo him with stun characters in general, to be honest. Obviously this flows with Dark Genjutsu, and I think it's pretty much a no-brainer. So this is our first Susanoo alternate. But let's check out our Susanoo alternate for Amaterasu, Susanoo Arrow. So this is going to be his highest damaging skill in the kit. So if you use Amaterasu while Susanoo Unleashed is active, you're going to get a skill that deals 35 piercing damage to 1 enemy. So 35 piercing for 1 in and 1 random, that's not half bad. But it also can't be countered or reflected, so that's where the Susanoo power up, it would be OP if it didn't require a prep, you know? But also, if the target is affected by Susanoo Flame Control or Amaterasu, so this is where it combos with it, this skill deals affliction damage instead of piercing damage. So, you know, you just get a boost. It just makes it affliction instead of piercing, and that's super useful. In some cases. There are cases where it would be conquest and it would kind of screw you, so you probably wouldn't want to be using Amaterasu on any character that you didn't want to not use affliction damage against. So, anyway, in conclusion, this is our Mangekyo Sasuke rework. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys like it. I think this is what this character could be if it was actually good, if it was actually designed by somebody who knows what they're doing. And hopefully so far I've proved that. Hopefully I've proved to you that I kind of know what I'm talking about when it comes to making characters. I'm not trying to be cocky. I've just been doing this since 2006. I'm not kidding. I've been doing this for over 10 years. I've made so many shitty characters. I've made fucking garbage characters my whole life. And it took me till probably this year to finally actually feel like I've done enough characters that I know what's good and what's bad, and I know what sucks and what doesn't, and I know what works and what doesn't. And I've just put the time in, so hopefully my opinion is valid, and if you guys can agree with me, that's great. If you can't, please let me know in the comments and let's talk about it, man. I'm open to calm civil discussion and even some discourse, but let's just keep it chill, let's keep it calm, let's not insult anybody. There's no need for that. We can have a civil discussion. We're fucking humans, right? We're adults. Let's act like it. I appreciate you for watching. Please give me a comment, like, and subscribe. It really helps the channel out. Hit the bell notification because that really helps the channel out, guys, and I need all the help I can get. I'm trying to grow. I'm really small right now, but I want to be one of the guys that everyone looks to when they think of NA. So, and in a good way, not a bad way. Peace. Bye.